Here we go. We are live now. Hello, hello. Welcome to Me
Now we are
Moments.
live.
Me Moments.
Hey.
All right.
It's Friday.
Is it
Yay,
Friday?
it's
Oh, it's Friday.
Friday.
All right.
It is Friday. I woke up like,
Friday.
is it Sunday? Where are we?
What day is it? What
It
day
doesn't
is it?
feel like a it doesn't feel like Friday though. Not to me anyway. How are you this morning, goddesses?
We're good. We're good. How
I'm
are
gonna have to do this
you?
today. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I am wonderful. A little tired, but doing good nonetheless.
You're like
Nonetheless,
doing
a
good.
little
Doing.
concerned about our sister goddess. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm talking
Oh,
about you, Marie.
Me? Yeah. No. I'm like.
Marie.
I'm hot for no reason. I'm like sweat. This
Okay.
booster. So I took the booster like 2 days ago, and now I'm just like I am hot. And then I have a migraine that's
Having
there,
some
and then I'm
other
sleepy.
issues.
So I'm like, oh, let me
Mhm.
lay down. I'm like, I have things to do.
You know something, Marie? A lot of people
Yeah.
think that they're alone. They think they're alone in their symptoms because
Mm,
nobody's really sharing
talking about it.
symptoms. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really hard to have correlations. And I don't even know how, even the scientists, it would be difficult for them too, to if people are not sharing back.
Mm.
And everybody thinks that their experience is unique. But maybe if we talk about the symptoms, that's why I'm curious to hear, to see if there is a pattern or maybe there are things that we can do to preempt it, but
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just
I
want to
thought
see the pattern.
yeah. I mean, my whole thing is if I wish I already knew, like I wanted some soursop tea ready, or even just soursop juice. I wish I had some things just to build my system for it and just some things around so I can build literally. But it's something I feel like we should be doing throughout in spite of. But again, to me, it's not abnormal because a foreign substance was just literally put in my body that I don't know what the heck it is. And so my
Mm-hmm.
body's reacting to that, which is normal. So whatever comes up, I'm like, let me just take it easy, but then counter that with, some natural things that I'm taking versus they're like, take this, painkiller. I'm like, I don't know. But sweating it to me, sweating is good because I did Tracy probably know this. The Vicks, this is where you channel the ancestors. Like, where is the Vicks? Because I need to breathe to make sure
I
my
love
chest.
it.
And so that helped overnight, just sweating things out. And so that was helpful because it was easier to breathe and have that in my tempo just to relieve that a
Mm-hmm.
little more. But yeah, and then drinking tons of water. That's why I love your big jug of water anyway, just to stay hydrated because it did feel like they gave me the moment after I felt like really super my throat felt really dry. It's almost like they gave me some saline or something, and I'm like, was it just like salt water? You just give me so, but it's
Yeah.
still going good because I'm making sure like I'm talking to people, staying stimulated, watching things, and not just like sleep. And then just monitoring myself. It's like doing that self check. Sometimes we refuse to like, okay, how are you feeling? What's happening here? And it's good that I do know my body well, where I can separate like pre-existing things versus like this is the reason
Mm-hmm.
this is aggravated right now. But it's good.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm grateful that you're here. You don't look
That's what I was
sick.
telling them. That's the thing. I don't look how I feel, which is crazy. But I can't,
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen throughout the whole day. So it's one of those things where I'm just gonna be laying down, let it be, and then just prep myself for the big storm we have coming.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Oh,
am
that
so
sounds
I'm
awesome.
so sad that that
Mm-mm.
storm it skipped us, but it
Ooh,
went south and then it's coming up the coast. I yeah, just bear
skip it
down.
away. Yeah,
Tracy,
but
Tracy.
I'm excited about today's.
Hi, good morning.
How
Yeah,
you
what we
doing?
talking about?
Are you?
The topic
Talking
of the
about some
day.
flags today, y'all.
Woo,
Flags,
Mhm.
flags,
put
flags.
it down.
So we've been talking about like these different ways that we can start tapping into our gifts and not only what we're talking about is not just about tapping into your gifts, but just getting yourself to a place of your own normalcy, right? And you know, I hate that word, normal, um, in regards to having to fit in some way, shape, or form. But what's normal
Mm.
for you? And so we are talking about flags, throwing a flag on the play. If there's a penalty, you got to throw your flag. Uh, flag, fight like a goddess. You got to fight like a goddess. So we fight differently, right? We have to start taking back our time and just fighting a little bit different. So yeah, I got my little sports
I
sports going on.
heard.
So when I wrote this particular piece, I was really thinking about the penalties. You know, you throw that little yellow flag, you see that flag, you're like, oh man, it's a flag on the play. No, no, you know, and you thought you made all this progress or whatever, or the team does. And then you see the flag, and there's some penalties, you know, that have to be cleared, right? So, fighting like a goddess, that's what we are talking about today.
What does that look like,
Mm.
Tracy, to fight like a goddess in your eyes? I'm wondering.
To fight like a goddess,
Because you
I think it's
that's
just a
the
different
acronym.
way of going after things. Because absolutely, and so fighting like a goddess is it's something. It's different than the normal. You know how we are perceived as the angry black woman because we come out and it's like, "Ugh, I want to fight in that way." So it's actually taking a step back, looking at the at things differently, and then stepping in your own way. And
Mm.
everybody fights different, right?
Right.
How would you fight like a goddess? How would a goddess fight? Right? She might
Mm.
have to send some warriors out on her behalf, right? She might have to do that.
Need some backup.
She might
That's
need, yeah, she might need some backup.
Well,
Uh-huh.
in the Bronx, you put on your sneakers or you wear your sneakers that day. You bring a scarf to
That
tie
day,
your hair,
uh-huh.
some Vaseline for your face, and you
Ooh.
hook up your girlfriends to move the furniture away.
Okay.
And then you fight. It's a
Right.
metaphor. It's a
Wow.
metaphor.
Yes, yes,
There's
yes.
no such thing as just walking into a fight cold. There's planning here. This is strategic plan,
Ah,
right? You wear your Keds or whatever the other sneakers were at the
it's
time.
like, meet
Strategic.
me outside.
Yes. What'd you say? The high top?
high top or the Converse.
The Converse? Right. You wore
Oh my
something.
God.
And the thing is that you prepared,
Marie,
right?
Marie said, meet me outside.
Exactly.
Yes,
Selected the
yes.
You be
night.
prepared, right?
You choose the venue.
Oh my God. Be ready.
Outside, under the bridge, by the
Hmm.
pole, whatever, behind the school.
Right? You set the stage. That's right. You set the stage. You
You're
you
gonna fight.
strategically
Wow.
come up with your plays, right?
Mm-mm.
Just
Don't
like
forget
they
the
would
Vaseline.
in a football. Don't forget the Vaseline.
And
See,
take the earrings off. Okay, the
And
earrings.
don't
Oh,
You
take
don't
forget
have
the
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 earrings.
earrings
earrings.
off.
Take
I
the
almost
earrings.
forgot.
Right, Marie.
Hold my earrings. That's right.
Those are
That's
dangerous
right.
things.
Take them off. Take them off.
And what
I
I
felt
Yes,
remember
but
is
there's
when you're gonna have a
strategy
fight,
in that.
you don't carry a purse that day.
Oh.
You need your hands need to be free.
Hmm.
okay. So this, I feel
That's
like
right.
Mountain Spirit is having a flashback because you know she kind of lean.
Emotion.
She kind of, I don't know if y'all can see, but she can lean back and she put up her leg and she was like,
Your
"Yeah,
She
you
steps.
gotta do."
She
I was like,
Steps.
she was channeling
I said in the Bronx.
ready.
in the Bronx, the boogie down BK, BX,
Bring the
BX.
back up.
That's
You
how we
go.
do.
Oh my God.
But of
I don't
course,
think it's
I'm
just the Bronx. I think that's general. In general,
yeah,
that's what we do.
yeah, and I think
Go
about
ahead, Val.
I think about being on the south side of Chicago. It was kind
There
of
you
like
go.
I'm gonna meet you
Yeah,
outside, or
so
I'm gonna
funny.
meet you down the street. I'm gonna meet you at 3 o'clock. You put your dukes up. I remember I remember I didn't know how to fight because I grew up an only child, and my dear friend, my best friend of 40 plus years, she had brothers, so she taught me. She knows who I'm talking about. She taught me how to fight. She's like, you can't swim fight. You got to put up your duke. So she taught me how to do that. Man, we ended up running to school. What would happen is kids would get beat up and bullied, and we go beat up the bullies. We like, you don't treat our friends like that. Somebody got your money. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? We go get them. And it was funny. We were like third and fourth grade enforcers. It was hilarious.
You see, even at that age, you knew the rules.
Yeah.
Friends don't let friends
Right.
get beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Friends don't let
That's
friends
right.
get beat
The Bronx in the house. Hey,
I love it. I love it.
up. Told you.
Come on, T. Come
Told
on,
you, right? T? That's right.
Like,
know,
ain't no playing. Ain't no playing. We all rolling up in here.
Yeah.
Oh my
but
goodness.
but
I
I'm
love
I'm
it. I
very
love
but I like this, but fight like a goddess brings a different view in my mind because I'm thinking about what I did when I was younger, but now
You grown up.
strategically the strategic way to fight like a goddess is no, I'm not gonna get out of
Physically.
pocket, and you're not gonna see my anger. I'm gonna check you in a different way, in an email. I'm gonna check you to the side. I'm thinking about what I had to face working in corporate America, and just kind of that just the BS that you had to put up with when you wanted to do your job and do it well, but then there was something or systems in place, and I'm thinking I feel like I want to take off my rings, put on some Vaseline, but it's like there's got to be a grown-up version to that. And I figured it out. I figured out how to flag it, fight like a goddess, and I kept my job. I wasn't viewed as an angry black woman. And I got some respect. I got some respect. And I don't know, this defender that I became as a kid, it showed up for me. I was in a meeting with my boss, and another person that was on her same level spoke down to her, and I checked him in the meeting. I was like, would you do that? Why would you say that to her right now? I don't think that's right. He got upset with me, but no, later on he came and apologized to me. And I would remember thinking, yeah, we all grown, and we should not be embarrassing each other in a meeting where we're all trying to get our ideas out. And I felt like, oh my gosh, that defender that I knew in third, fourth, fifth grade showed up in the 20, 30-year-old that said, no, this is my boss. You're going to respect her. You're going to respect me as we give I don't care if you're whatever your title is. I don't care what your title is. No, respect me. I got just as much education as you did. Don't let me.
Ooh, okay. Yep, it's happening.
Don't let me.
And you know
Don't
something, you
take
can
me
tell
out
when
my
this is
bucket.
coming up, right?
Don't take me out.
Some of us in the room can tell when that moment is about to happen, where you're like,
Yes. Woo. Yeah, you either gonna step back and get ready, or it's like, oh, here we go. Let me.
I like that, Val. You said the grown-up version.
Gotta get the grown-up version of that.
But just out of curiosity, do people who are listening, do they know what the Vaseline is for?
Explain.
like strategies.
No,
Tell
let's
them.
see what they say. Let's see what they say.
T might know. I think T might know what it's for.
Yeah.
She's like strategic plan.
Yes,
That's
that's exactly what it is, though. It is strategic. Whether you feel a physical fight or is it a mental fight, and you taking it to a different level now. I like the fights where you have this intelligent conversation, and then people in the room like, did she just cut us? Like, what just happened to me? Right? Yeah, I cut you.
Oh, Tracy, I was brought into a goddess, a flag situation. A woman, my neighbor actually, asked me if I would come and just sit with her while she talked to another neighbor who had slept with her husband. She just found out. Rather than to have a reaction, she says, I'm going to talk to her. I'm not leaving my husband. I'm not taking it up with him. I want to talk to her because that's my neighbor. So whatever, it could keep going on. I don't know how long it's been going on, whatever. I didn't do anything. All she wanted me to do is to sit in the room while she spoke to this woman. And what I
Mm-hmm.
saw was a goddess
Yes.
fighting to
Okay.
keep that balance in her life, in her marriage. She clearly had made her choice. She was not going to give up 20 years of marriage over this stupidness. I got
Hmm.
that from eavesdropping because remember, I just sat there. So she
Yes.
talked to the woman because it was a younger girl. She was like 23 or something. And she just like talked to her. And pretty much she said, to tie it all up, um, you're not going to do this again. She didn't ask her, don't do it again. She says, no, you will not. But it was the way she said it. You know,
Yes.
sat there envying this
Mhm.
woman. I hope to one day to have that kind of courage because that takes a lot of courage
Yes. It
again, right?
does. It
That
does.
was a flag experience.
That's a flag. That's a flag.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that's
And
that's
we get to
graceful.
choose. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we get to
There you go,
choose. My
T. Mm.
Exactly. And it was in
wait a
my
minute,
house.
what did she
So
say
my
about the
house.
Vaseline?
You
Come
ain't
to
scratching
my
my
house.
face up.
What the Vaseline for?
You're
She
not
got
scratching up my
You ain't.
face.
she got to win
You're
something. You
not.
got to get her a prize or something.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
my
my
aunt,
gosh.
that reminds me, Mountain Spirit. My aunt on my father's side, when the affair was discovered, my aunt and one other cousin was like, yo, we can drive out to, um, in the suburb where she lives. We can go get her. You give us her address. My mother was like, I'm not gonna do that. We're not
That's
gonna
the
do that.
first choice.
That's the first choice. She's probably like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Why am I gonna do that? No, 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 no. And my dad was like, no, you know what? I'm going to I want to have both of you. And mother was like, hell no, that ain't happening. There's the dough. And the funny thing is that my mom, because it hurt her it so badly, it was like she refused to come out of pocket and be angry. And although I didn't see it, maybe she reacted that way to with her sisters or some other folks, but she was like, no, no, no. If he chose her, he can have her. And she was just kind of like,
Hmm.
I have this kid to raise. No, you will not take the house. You will pay for her education. And she was just kind of like, my mother was a boss when it came to fighting. And she was like, I ain't gonna take off my earrings and put on put on some Vaseline. But she would check you and you'd be like, wait, did I just get checked? Yeah, you did.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you did.
You like brush it off, brush it off.
Yeah.
I love
Those are
it.
the places where we're really strong, and they're
Yeah.
like jewels. We have to collect them. And just
Mhm.
like as older women, and we have to keep collecting these jewels so that we know how to handle these
Hmm.
moments. At least that's what I want to do. That's why I'm very eager to get out and interact with people so I can learn some more.
Hmm. Hmm.
He's like, you're not scratching my face.
Oh wow.
Right.
And T says you have to know. Wait, I missed it. You have to know how and when to fight. You have to respond and not
Ooh. And not
react.
react.
That's an
Hmm.
excellent point, T.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She
And you
knows what
know
the
what,
Vaseline
Val?
is for.
She does. She said it when you stepped away. She, Mount Spirit said we need to give her a prize, right?
We
We need to do
do.
that.
We do.
We
We'll
got you,
pick a
T. We
song.
got you. We got you
We
on
got you,
that.
T.
The champion.
Yeah, and sometimes we do have to step in and fight for other goddesses. So I love that
Mm.
you brought that up, Val. There was a time where there was someone, well, or and our gods, right? So there was a young man who was working in the environmental services in the hospital. Always called when I needed him. Always just did his thing. But he had one of those bosses that didn't like him for whatever reason, right? And I was looking for him the next, like I had just seen him the day before. I was looking for him the next day because he said he would be at work, right? And I got word that he got fired. I said, he got fired. Excuse me? Mm-mm, no, he not fired. And so I got into this space where I wrote a letter to the You know how you get. I got to get this letter up in here, and I sent it to everybody. Like, that
You're
is
like,
not what happened. This is what happened, and we got a problem if he doesn't have his job back. He was
oh,
back. He was back the next day. The
Woo!
next day.
You
That's
can
how
we
you
have a
fight like a god.
situation. A
Like, right? You're
situation.
not getting ready to do that to my people. No, not on my watch. Not
They are
happening. Not
witnesses.
happening.
Not
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
witnesses.
So we have to do that. We have to step up and fight like a goddess. Just like we would do that for someone else, we still have to do that for
Mhm,
ourselves. All right.
mhm.
Yeah, and we're happy. T let us know in the chat. She's like, "Yeah, I got your back, goddesses. I got your back."
thank
That's right. I
you.
know you do. I know you do.
You
Just
know,
tell
you
her
know,
I
when
say
and
roll
where.
up.
I've had this experience where you just reminded me, Tracy, where when you said, we had to step up for each other. Right? I've also had the experience where women have just sat around and watched somebody else drown.
Mm,
Right. What
No.
is that about, y'all?
that's
Come
not a
on
They
now.
goddess.
We got to
know
do
you're walking
better.
into mischief. They know you're walking off a cliff, and they just sat there. And then when you crawl your ass back up and barely survive, they come see you in the hospital talking about, oh, well, I knew
Oh,
that was going to
girl.
happen.
Mm.
Right. And you just let me drown like that, Heifer? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown.
Mm-mm.
We don't let each other drown.
Right.
Don't.
You're
No,
gonna
stop
remember that
that.
though. You're
Stop
gonna
that.
remember.
We are
You're
of a
gonna
new
remember.
way.
Hey,
Mhm.
And
Hey,
Ruby.
then we're angry, right? When we come back up out of it. I had to come back out of
Oh,
it myself, and then your
mm,
ass wasn't there to help me. And, so then the fight continues. So we have to stop that somewhere. So
yeah.
start taking
And
care of your sisters. Yes.
and when
Yes.
we and when we identify the women in our lives or the goddesses that do not know how to recognize a flag or know how to help us when we are
Hmm.
in trouble. I
Hmm.
mean, Mountain Spirit, that was such a great example of you just there while your
Just
friend took
being
care
there.
of that, just being
Hmm.
there. I feel like a lot of times I just need you to listen. I don't need you to give me any advice. I don't need you to, tell me exactly what to do. You don't have to handle this like you're a mentor or anything. I just need
Hmm.
you to hold my hand. I just need you to be there for me. And sometimes being there
Yeah.
just means being silent. And what a great way, Mountain Spirit, that you showed up for your friend. You were able to eavesdrop,
Hmm.
but you were able to listen to her handle
Yeah.
this situation, and you were united with her and showing that unity. Having unity among women is just is it's a beautiful thing when it
Hmm.
There is
happens.
nothing
It
Yeah,
like
is a
it.
it is.
it is
It
a
is.
Hmm.
It is.
Hmm.
fabulous thing when it happens. Yeah.
Hmm.
But
So
now
Right.
it really confused the huzzy because she didn't know we was gonna kick her ass. See, she's like, "What is?
That's
What's
the
who is
part
this?
I like.
Who's? Why is she here? Why she don't say nothing?" I mean, she
Right.
didn't say it
She
out
like,
loud,
what
but
is
I could see how intimidating the presence
Yes.
was. So yeah, we don't
Yeah,
need.
she didn't know. She didn't know what was coming. And the wife,
Mm.
like, you know what? I want you here for that. And later on, if I have to beat her
Oh,
ass,
oh
then
yeah, I got you.
that's so be it.
I
So be
got
it.
you. Yep, that's right.
Because
I'm
I
that
got
kind of
witness.
friend.
I got
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so I'm very grateful that we as women can come together and be there for one another. Now when we can identify the women that aren't in our corner, that can't sit with us and be there for us, then that becomes a flag, and then you realize, okay,
Mm.
I called you. You didn't pick up, or you weren't there when I asked you to be there.
Yep.
Okay, well then possibly, I don't know. Maybe we need to reevaluate our friendship.
Yep.
And I love that T just said it's about community and having the equipment to assist in that fight.
That's
Exactly.
right.
That's
Woo.
Right,
really
T.
that's a very good point.
Very good.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
love
I'm
it. I
excited.
love it, y'all.
Hmm.
Thank you. Thank you for
Hmm.
sharing today.
Hmm.
So, listen, I want to get this message out here. Of course, it's coming from the Slay Bible because we got to talk a little bit about the flags. Thank you, Mountain Spirit. Thank you. I am on
can't
pages
hear you.
104 and 105. Can you hear me?
Hmm. Real good, real good. Keep
Okay.
going.
104. 104. By the way, y'all, I was sitting here talking and I got so excited I threw my glasses across the room somewhere. So bear with me. So you take your
Baby got a
glasses off
squint.
too, right? So when you
Baby
fight, you
got a
got to take
squint.
them glasses off.
Baby got a squint.
So let's rewind a bit. After all the time and energy spent throughout the whole process of finding and revealing her rock, undoubtedly you will have dealt with a lot of shit. I know I read this part the other day, but I want to read it again. You may intermittently encounter phases of fear, doubt, or wanting to give up. There's so much you may have unpacked from the past and so much more yet to be revealed in your present. That feelings of uncertainty are bound to show up. The process can be draining, energy depleting. The point is, when they do, go easy on yourself. More often than not, these moments can devour you if you allow it. But really, it's these times that require you to show up for yourself and love yourself through. All right, we're going to skip ahead to page 105 because we want to talk about these things. So, your expectation and knowingness are a pivotal part of the process. So, this gives you the advantage of preparation. Get in your flag stance and be prepared to fight like the goddess you are. This is exactly why the third Slay Essential is an absolute necessity. Bam it by any means necessary. Show up. See, they go together, y'all. They go together. Sometimes the means, the way of getting there is mean. That sometimes that means the way of getting there is mean. It ain't pretty. It's difficult, but necessary. It's when you have to say, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, go through whatever I gotta go through to get to where I want to be. The difficulty of getting there cannot be an excuse for not getting there, not ever. You cannot let anything, not nothing, stand in your way or come between you and your desire to reach the greater version of you. No thing, baby. I keep reiterating that point because I can't stress it enough. And if you continue to read on, that is in chapter 5, y'all, talking about flags, throwing your flag on the play and understanding what penalties are, right? So if there's anything that is not for you in this life, anything that's going on in your life that is no longer serving you, I'm sorry, that's an infraction. Throw your flag and then clear that penalty. Find a way to do it. You got this. You got this.
You got it.
You got it.
You got
You
it.
got
You
it.
got it, girl.
I like this show.
You like this show? I love this show. And I
Yeah,
love being on this show with all of you.
Oh my goodness.
I like it.
Yes. So throw your flag and clear your penalties, goddess. It's time. It's time to do it as we step up, as we continue this journey of self-love and sisterhood. Ooh, that sounds like an event. Self-love and sisterhood. Let's
Does
do
your
it.
flag have a color?
Hey, let's write that down. What was that?
How
Right.
do you pick the color for your
Self-love
flag?
and sisterhood.
Okay.
What you say,
One
Mount
more event.
Spirit?
Does your flag have a color?
My flag is purple.
Oh, okay. So
What color your
everybody,
flag?
mine is 3 colors.
Oh.
It's private.
Oh.
Private.
It's
Okay.
private.
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, sometimes I
Yeah,
like
but
to
it's
do-
totally up to you. Find those colors, the color or those colors that give you that power, right? Those things that empower you,
yeah.
right?
So because
We've talked about color on here and the
Mhm.
power of
Yeah.
color, and we can again too. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you know,
So
it's
what's that
come for
color
me.
that make you feel like?
Come for me.
Well, my tribal colors. The when the
Oh,
women, because I come
absolutely.
from a matriarchal culture, so the women would take that flag and bring it in either to the next village or to somebody's house or something. But the flag is the first thing you see waving in tribal warfare.
Yes.
Oh.
That's when you're
Wow.
defending your right to live and to
Mhm.
exist and to be happy and all of that. That's the first thing you see. So
Of
I see a
course,
waving.
of course. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mhm.
So I I had a song come to my brain, but it's not really well, it's a rap song. Tracy, do you remember who's that? Brand Nubian?
The Brand
Oh no,
Nubians,
No, no, I'm
yes.
sorry. Yeah. Oh no, X Clan. The red, the black, and the green.
And the green, yes.
You and the
Right, and
rain.
if those are your power colors,
Power
get it
colors.
together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I need some flags. I
Yeah.
need some just like around me, just to have. So
Hmm.
to give that feeling, I might have to hang some on the wall.
Mm.
I love that though. All right,
Oh,
goddesses, I think
yes.
that is our time
Nice
today,
job,
but I
Patty.
love it. The flag is what you see first. Yes,
Yes.
yes. In
Mm-hmm.
tribal war.
Hmm.
We ain't coming to play, right?
No.
We bringing our flags.
Yeah,
We're coming to slay.
Vaseline.
We're coming to slay.
So
Vaseline.
yes, I love it, y'all. I love it. That's Val's way of slaying. So it is
That's
time
right.
for
With
us
the
to
sword.
slay and move on over to Clubhouse. If you're coming, come on, come
Come
on. We're gonna
on,
continue the
y'all.
conversation, and we are going to share our gratitude, intention, and affirmation of the day. So come on over. We'd love to have you in. Even if you're just coming to listen, just come on over. Sending you so much love and light. We look forward to seeing you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Much love to you all.
Good morning, everyone. Hearing like the music. This is the ending. What did you guys